I consider myself a hardcore Sonic the Hedgehog fan. Like many others, I enjoy the newer games, but I also have a soft spot for the classics. However, my recent experience with a hacked game has made me reconsider ever playing glitchy or altered games again. It all began on a seemingly peaceful summer afternoon. I was deeply engrossed in Sonic Unleashed, relishing the exploration of its towns, when a flicker in my peripheral vision caught my attention. The mailman had come and gone, leaving behind an unassuming envelope in my mailbox. Intrigued, I paused my game and went to retrieve it. Inside was a computer CD case and a hastily scrawled note. The note was from my friend Kyle, let's call him that, whom I hadn't heard from in 2 weeks. His handwriting was normally neat, but this note looked frantic and almost illegible, as if he had scribbled it in a panic. This is what it said. Tom, I can't bear it any longer. I had to get rid of this thing before it's too late, and I was hoping you'd do it for me. I can't destroy it myself, he's after me, and if you don't destroy this CD, he'll come after you too. He's too fast for me. Please, Tom, destroy this cursed disc before he comes for you too. It's already too late for me. Destroy the disc and you'll destroy him. But do it quickly or he'll catch you. Don't even play the game, it's what he wants. Just destroy it. Please, Kyle. Despite Kyle being my best friend, I didn't heed his desperate plea. I mean, how harmful could a simple game disc be? Boy, was I wrong. The CD looked like an ordinary one, except Sonic.EXE was written on it in black marker, which didn't match Kyle's handwriting. He must have gotten it from somewhere else, like a pawn shop or eBay. Seeing Sonic on the disc, I was excited and eager to play it, being a huge Sonic fan. As I held the disc, an uneasy feeling washed over me. I shook it off and went to my room, turning on my computer to install the game. As the title screen appeared, I noticed it was the first Sonic game. Awesome, I thought, but when I pressed start, the screen flickered for a split second, showing an image that still haunts me. The sky had darkened, the title emblem was rusted and ruined, Sega 1991 was replaced with Sega 666, and the water was blood red and hyper-realistic. But the most disturbing part was Sonic himself. His eyes were pitch black, bleeding with 2 glowing red dots staring right at me, and his smile was grotesquely wide, stretched beyond the boundaries of his face, almost tearing his flesh. Shaken, I dismissed it as a glitch and continued. The screen went black for about 10 seconds. Then the save file select from Sonic the Hedgehog 3 popped up, with the creepy caverns of winter music from Earthbound playing in reverse. A chill ran down my spine, but I shook it off and selected Tails. The game froze for about 5 seconds before a creepy pixelated laugh, reminiscent of Kefka from Final Fantasy, pierced the silence. The screen then displayed Hill, Act 1, with a distorted, peaceful melody playing in reverse. Tails started running through a desolate landscape with nothing but flat ground and a few trees. As the music slowed and deepened, dead animals began to appear, each more gruesome than the last. Their bodies were mangled, entrails spilling out, and their eyes hollow and lifeless. Tails' expression grew more horrified with each step. Then I saw Sonic. He stood with his back to Tails, eyes closed. As Tails approached, a sense of dread washed over me. The static grew louder until Sonic's eyes snapped open, black with red pupils. A cold sweat broke out on my forehead, and a shiver ran down my spine as Sonic's eyes seemed to bore into my very soul, the room's temperature dropping as if the very air was being sucked out. The screen went black, and white text appeared. Hello, do you want to play with me? Against my better judgment, I continued. The next level, Hide and Seek, was Angel Island from Sonic 3, engulfed in flames. Flames licked the screen, casting flickering shadows that seemed to dance with malicious intent. Tails stood trembling, his eyes wide with terror. He turned to the screen, his animated face pleading with me, as if he could see me through the screen, begging for an escape from the inferno closing in around him. The air seemed to grow hotter around me, and I could almost smell the acrid smoke and charred earth. As I ran, the music grew more frantic, and Sonic appeared, flying with a demented grin, eyes black and red. Tails tripped, and Sonic lunged. The screen went black with a screech. Text appeared. "You're too slow, wanna try again?" Back at the character select, Tails was now a bloodied, tormented version of himself. His eyes gouged out, blood trickling from his wounds. I chose Knuckles. The level, "You Can't Run," was filled with bloodstains and a terrifying ambience. Sonic toyed with Knuckles, appearing and disappearing with a mocking laugh. Each time he appeared, I felt a sharp, stinging sensation behind my own eyes, as if he was reaching out and touching my very soul. Finally, Sonic lunged, and the screen went black with another screech. Text, "So many souls to play with, so little time. Would you agree?" I shut off the game, but that night, I dreamt of Sonic, his laugh echoing in my mind. "You're in my world now," he said, as he reached out with his bloodied eyes and twisted smile. Sleep became elusive. Every time I closed my eyes, I saw that twisted, malevolent grin. I started hearing whispers at night, soft and sinister, promising that Sonic was coming for me next. Determined to finish, I chose Robotnik. The level was a nightmarish hallway with bloodstains and eerie music. The walls of the hallway seemed to close in, pulsating with a heartbeat of their own, as Sonic's distorted laughter echoed from all directions. Each step Robotnik took felt like wading through molasses, the air thick with the scent of decay and despair. As Robotnik descended deeper, the atmosphere grew more sinister. Sonic appeared, and red static filled the screen. When it cleared, a hyper-realistic image of Sonic standing in the darkness with a menacing grin greeted me. The image was so lifelike it felt as if he was right there, staring into my soul, his eyes promising endless torment. The image abruptly ended, leaving me to face the final horror alone. After defeating Sonic, I thought it was over. But then, an email from Kyle's account arrived, simply saying, "Did you really think it was over?" My blood ran cold as I read the words, realizing the horror was far from over. A new note appeared on my desk. "Welcome to my world.